want some oxtails after this, so let's hurry up and record this. Hi, Bon here. Hello. Today we are doing another Are They a Mary Sue video. Usually I stand up for them, but I don't feel like standing up right now because I hurt my ankle and it hurts. So I have to sit down. But today we are doing a video on it. Is Twilight Sparkle a Mary Sue? I didn't even know there was a debate about it. Like there's a genuine debate about if Twilight Sparkle is a Mary Sue or not. I was like, let me think about this, because I haven't watched it in a couple of years, and also My Little Pony is the reason why I was introduced to gore at a very young age. So that was fun. But yeah, today we're gonna be doing a video on is Twilight Sparkle Mary Sue. So like we usually do, check out my last one. I did a Bella Swan one, she popping her shit right now, and I did one before that, an AFMAT one. So like, if you like this Mary Sue video, check out my other ones. You'll like it. Anyways, let's get started. Question one is, are they a self-insert of the author, creator, whoever? This one, I'm gonna say no for the most part, because Twilight Sparkle isn't just she's the main character, but there's so many other characters around her, and none of them feel like self-inserts and stuff. They feel like genuine built characters. And so some of these questions might apply, some of these might not, because Twilight Sparkle's a little different. She's a magical pony, so it's gonna be a little bit harder. But I don't think Twilight Sparkle is a self-insert of anyone, because I'm pretty sure it's like a team, and I know there's teams creating people, but usually you can tell when they're a self-insert. Like Bella Swan, that's a self-insert because she has no personality traits, no flaws, no nothing. Twilight Sparkle, she's been through some shit. I'm not saying My Little Pony is dark, but some of the shit that happened, I'm dang, this is just supposed to be a magical pony show. What's happening? But self-insert of the author? No. She's not. She's not a self-insert. For what I know. There might be some other shit, but from what I know, I don't think she's a self-insert. She doesn't feel like one. The way her character is, you wouldn't think it's a self-insert or anything. So, is she a self-insert? No. Next question. Next question is, are they ridiculously overpowered without explanation? This is where people start saying that she's a Mary Sue, because I guess some people think she's a Mary Sue because she becomes the princess, and the combo between a unicorn and whatever. Yeah, I haven't watched the show in a while. You know what? Hold on. Oh, okay. So she's already a unicorn, but then she turns into an alicorn when she builds up to all of it and stuff and becomes a princess. She wasn't just outright the princess. I'm pretty sure she was doing studies. She'd been through a whole bunch of shit. She had to do a whole she didn't start out as a princess or as a alicorn, which is just a unicorn with wings. That's what that is. But she didn't start out like that, and the story built her up to be that thing, to be the princess, to be an alicorn. And that's where people say that she's a Mary Sue, I guess. But I don't think it makes her overpowered, because she worked for it and she went through some shit. She had to do some shit to get to it. She still has flaws even when she's a princess and stuff. And so I don't think she's ridiculously overpowered. She's not even overpowered like that, because there's people above her who I guess are more overpowered. I guess in some moments and stuff you could say Twilight Sparkle is overpowered, but not overpowered that it doesn't make sense. Because once she becomes a combo, when she becomes stronger, when she builds up to it, she did. I know she was studying, she was working with what's her name? Princess Celestia, whatever her name is, and then her sister, who I don't remember. And but the difference between being an overpowered character to the point that doesn't make sense is either you start out as it or you have a whole bunch of plot armor that doesn't make any sense. Twilight Sparkle, her plot makes sense. The reason why she's powerful makes sense. I haven't watched the show in a while, so I'm trying to remember. but I know she wasn't always that. She didn't always have her wings. I know she was studying to become it. Princess Celestia was her mentor, I'm pretty sure. And she worked for it. She got it. She went through some stuff. She had trial and error, which I think that doesn't make her an overpowered character, because she didn't start out as that overpowered character. She slowly built up to it, and then I think she deserves it. She worked hard for it. She did her shit. She popped her shit. She did her studying. She fought or whatever, and she was cool. And like even with her like friends and stuff with like Applejack and Applejack, Piggy Pie, Fluttershy, and Rainbow Dash, they're all powerful in their own way. So no one like really overpowers anyone, because when they work together, because you know friendship is magic, they're the most powerful together. So is Twilight overpowered? No, I wouldn't think she's overpowered at all. Next question. Third question. Does her plot make sense? Yeah, her plot makes sense. It does. Like literally, her whole plot is she's trying to. First, she's like she's been studying spells to figure out this spell that they didn't know how to do or whatever, or like let me see. Hold on. Yeah. She completes an unfinished spell that like bumps her up to being an alicorn. But even before all of that, she was working hard to become a princess and stuff. Everything she did, or everything that even happened in this story, it made sense, because Twilight, she's just trying to do the best that she can. She's trying to get all the way up, and she moved there. She did what she needed to do with her friends by her side, and it made sense for the most part. There weren't really any plot holes or anything, because each episode is like, even if it's about a different character, everything still kind of connects. Even if it's just like a random episode. When it's like the really like lore driven ones, those ones like the intense one, like the part 1, part 2, going to the next season type shit, them things make sense. And it still shows like, basically we see Twilight has character drive. So she's still going to do the best that she can to reach the goal that she wants to do, and whatever the fuck, which is why her plot makes sense, because everything that happens and everything that she goes through, it makes sense. Nothing really just happens for no reason. Of course, there were some episodes that just happened for no reason. It was kind of a kid's show, even though everyone of all ages can watch it. But of course, they're like kind of like filler episodes and stuff, which like even if they didn't make sense, they were still like a story twist, so the plot still made sense. But like for Twilight Sparkle herself, her plot made sense for the most part, because she had a goal, she was driven, she had trial and error to get to it, and then she eventually got to it, which was to become the alicorn after she finished her spell. So I think that's a pretty like, it's a good plot. I haven't watched it in a while, but from what I know, that's a pretty good plot for her character. Ooh, my fault. But yeah, it's a pretty good plot for her character, and it makes sense. She has a goal, and so she's driven to do it. She does the shit she needs to do. Some stuff gets in the way, but she still does it at the end of the day, which is why her plot makes sense. And even for the stuff that happens for no reason, it still fits in, and she is rewarded with figuring out the spell, becoming an alicorn, becoming a princess, becoming powerful. And it's not even just her that becomes powerful, her friends become powerful with her. Just not, even if it's not as powerful, it all makes sense. They all connect, everyone connects. And so that's why I think her plot makes sense, because everything has a purpose in that story. Everything connects in some way, shape, or form. And that overall goal or drive that Twilight has, she's still going towards it until she gets it, which she eventually does. And so, yeah, does her plot make sense? Yes. Next question. Question 4 is, does her character have substance when support characters are taken away? Yes, she does. Literally, her plot on her own, it's interesting. Not all the time when she's always studying and stuff, but like some of the shit that she does with like Princess Celestia, even with her brother. Y'all remember that arc? That shit was interesting as hell. The whole wedding shit, that shit was so fire. I know it wasn't just by herself because she had her friends help, but it was mainly surrounded by her and her brother. Bro, she has substance on her own. Because, like I said before, all these questions kind of tie into each other. Like I said before, she had a drive, and she does things to get to it. and the things that happen, even the things that get in the way, it makes her interesting. She has substance. She has flaws. She has things that happen. She's like, yo, what is going on? And I like literally the perfect example I can think of is with the whole when her brother was getting married arc, and then it was like the fake. Yeah, I know the pink pony. I forgot her name, but it was like the evil one, who was like camouflage, or like she like morphed in her or whatever, and then she was over here in a cave locked up and stuff, and then Twilight went to go find her and then brought her back to the wedding, and then it was cool. But Twilight, she has substance. If you take away all the side characters, Twilight has substance on her own, and some of the plot make it so good. It's not as good without the side characters, but if it was just Twilight and then she has substance on her own, and it's fire. Like, she cool. And I think that's like not the beauty of it, but like she's a fire character on her own. Like, yeah, she has her shit, but for the most part, I think I like her drive. I like that I like that she has a goal, and she's been going through it. And even with like all the side stuff that happens, she's making sure that her friends is cool, that her family is cool, that her higher ups is cool, and she's still focusing on her shit. So does she have substance on her own when the other characters are taken away? Yes. And that is just with every other side character, with like the main cast. If you have them on their own, they're interesting as well. When the episodes that they have by themselves, they're interesting. And I think that shows that all of them have substance on their own. And that is a beautifully written character if that happens. Next question. Next question is, are they relatable? Minus all the magical shit, I think Twilight is relatable because she's awkward. She's awkward, but she's driven, and it's a good combo. Like all of us today, we might be awkward, but we know we have something that we want to achieve and something that we want to do, and that's what makes her really relatable. She has family issues. She has times where she thinks she isn't good enough, or like shit isn't working, and that is just like any everyday person with any experience that happens any day, every day, anywhere. And so that makes her a relatable character, because anyone, no matter who they are, can relate to her in some way with her drive, kind of like not family issues, but something always going on, feeling like you're not good enough, caring about your friends, making sure that your friends coming up with you, having higher ups or mentors. She's relatable in that way, which is once again why she's like a cool written character, bro. Like, she is cool. So I know this video might be a little short, it might not have too much to it, but like Twilight, she's just like a cool character, so I don't got that much shit to say about her, like from what I can remember. But is she relatable? I think so. Definitely. I think she's relatable. Yup. Next question. Do they have any flaws to interfere with the story? Yes, kinda. Yeah. Because the times where she's like, yo, I don't know what to do with this spell, or I don't know how anything is happening, or she gets frustrated or something. I don't know, because that doesn't count as a flaw. She has flaws, they don't come to mind right now. But I think the whole awkward aspect, and it's not that weird, cute, boring ass awkward thing like, oh my god, I'm so awkward, like that type of awkward. She's like, yo, I don't really know what's going on, but I'm trying my best. And so, because within that she has flaws, I can't think of them, because she's not perfect. Now, before even all the princess shit, before all this stuff that happened, before she went higher up, got the elements of friendship or whatever, she was an awkward chick, just trying to do whatever. And I bet she had flaws that happened. I just cannot think of them right now. So does she have flaws? I don't know if I can say yes because I don't remember anything, but I'm gonna say probably. So, next question. Are all the things that happen to them weirdly convenient? I don't know for this one. I don't think they're stupidly convenient. Yeah, sometimes they are convenient. I can't say that. But like I said, like sometimes that's just plot. But I don't think it's stupid that it happens. Stupidly convenient is once again like Twilight, like Bella Swan, when she was getting her ass beat. And then Edward, here he comes to save the day. Or when she was in like that alley, here Edward comes to save the day. That's stupidly convenient. But like, knowing someone that knows someone that has something that she has, that's not really stupidly convenient. That's just plot. In it's convenient, but it's not stupid. It makes sense. It makes sense why it's convenient. Because all shows have things that are like oddly convenient. That's just plot. If they aren't convenient, then like sometimes you don't have a story. But they aren't stupidly convenient, like to the point that they don't make sense. So, are all the things that happen to her stupidly convenient? No, but are they convenient? Sometimes, yes. If that makes sense. So, last question. Can the story continue without them? Yes, it can. I'm not talking. I heard there's a new series that they did with My Little Pony. I don't know if it connects with like the main My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, but I don't know what it is. It looks weird. I saw an ad for it. I was like, what is that? But can the story continue without her? I would think so. And it's not because she's a bad character. It's just because all the side characters, they're interesting too. So literally, with like I said, with the episodes that have certain side characters, the episodes is mainly about them, they're interesting. Like, none of them are really uninteresting. So if Twilight wasn't really there, and we had these other characters, I still somewhat watch. I still think it would be interesting, and especially that she's like an alicorn now. And even a perfect example is that the story can continue without her is the movies when they're like humans and shit. Twilight's not really in them like that. Like she is, but it's not about her. It's about the main squad. And they're all interesting on their own without Twilight. Twilight doesn't carry. Like she can, but she doesn't, which is why. Can the story continue without her? Yeah, because she doesn't carry the story. She can, and she does at certain parts. But with the movies aren't bad. And the movies aren't bad, but when it's just all the like the side characters by themselves, they're cool and interesting. Even the ones that we barely see on screen, they're interesting on their own without Twilight. And the Twilight we see in the movies, like, she's not Twilight. She's like an alternate universe Twilight. But even then, when we get with what's her name? Not the redhead chick. I think her name was like Sunshine Shimmer or whatever. She was kind of like not the new Twilight. She's like just the new main person of the group. She was interesting. Her from the movies when she was like being a dickhead and shit, and then when she learned to be cool with the group. It was interesting. And then the movies kind of went on. We didn't really have Twilight like that. Like, they would visit her, like, oh my god, I hate Twilight. But they would be like, hey, we don't really need you like that. We just want to say hi. But can the story continue without Twilight? Hell yeah, it can. And it's not that because she's a bad character. It's just because these side characters are interesting too. And they can hold up on their own. So, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this video. This should be coming out on Thursday. I post every Thursday, 2 p.m. EST. Figure that out, whatever time that is for you. But yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna order myself some food because I'm hungry and I have not eaten today. So Bonchu was here, Bonchu was there, Bonchu was everywhere. Oh my god, I keep on forgetting to do this. Is Twilight Sparkle a Mary Sue? No, she's not a Mary Sue. She is not a Mary Sue. But like I said, Bonchu was here, Bonchu was there, Bonchu was everywhere. My name is Louis DeadSec. This was Are They a Mary Sue? And I will see you sometime soon. Later. Oh, ew. Later.